Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Last night, Ashley Siren went live on TikTok, and let me tell you guys, she read Amber Portwood to Phil. I'm talking about Ashley Siren did what we've been waiting for Macy and Kate to do all this time. Macy and Kate, who's been best friends with Amber, this is what we've been wanting them to do to her face. Like, we've been wanting them to say, hey, Amber, like, you're not being a good mom. Hey, Amber, your daughter is 16 now. Like, she probably is already to that point to where she no longer longs to have you in her life. Hey, Amber, why are you still seeing a child psychiatrist when you are an adult? Hey, Amber, clearly the medication that you're on is not working because you are still acting inappropriate. And Ashley Siren did something else. And it made a lot of sense. She said, it's really funny that you seem normal and you don't struggle from any mental health problems when you're with a guy. When you're with a guy, you're happy. When he put a ring on it, you're happy. When you can show him off, you're happy. But the second he leaves and y'all break up, you're depressed. Like, why are you not depressed for your child? Why are you only happy when you have a man? And I'm going to address the elephant in the room, you guys. I know. I saw it right before I got on. I actually was on Instagram making my post for today's live, and Savannah had went live and it said my parents were just parting. And you guys, if y'all follow me, y'all know I'm a huge Chrisley fan. So this is something that I've been hoping for. This is something that I've been praying for. Literally, me and my husband both love the Chrisleys, huge fans. I'm not going to say that they're completely innocent and they didn't do maybe some of the things that they were accused of. I definitely don't think they did everything that they were accused of. I definitely think they were set up a good bit. I definitely think the prosecution railroaded them. I definitely think if you have a good case, why do you have to break the law to get a conviction? So yes, I'm going to cover this and then we'll talk about that. I have Sean on standby watching Savannah's page because when I went on to watch Savannah's live, she froze. So all I have is her for a second saying, my parents were partying, they're coming home, and then she froze. So I have Sean on standby. If anybody gets any clips of her talking about this, you can email them to me. We're going to go ahead. We're going to jump into this video because I also have an interview at 7 with Mackenzie Edwards from Teen Mom, who is married to Ryan Edwards. So if we can get this one out of the way, talk about the Chrisleys coming home, then we'll get to Mackenzie's. We'll do that. If not, we'll do Mackenzie's interview, and then we'll do a video tonight about their pardon. And it might be best to wait until later, just so all the information comes out. But I can tell you guys, I kind of knew this was going to happen. I knew this was going to happen, to be quite honest. I mean, Savannah, is very involved in politics these days. She's met with President Trump several times. And, just looking at it from their point before we jump into this, like I said, I don't think the Chrisleys may be completely innocent. I do think they probably fudged some things. I will tell you this. Todd Chrisley's wife, Julie, her name was on nothing. Her name was not on a loan. She signed for nothing. The banks even said we never even saw her come in. I think they said the only time we seen her, she came in to make a couple payments. But other than that, we only dealt with Todd's assistant and every once in a while Todd. And the banks didn't even, we're going to talk about all of this. But anyways, I just think for maybe what they maybe did do, they've done enough time. They got more time than literally people that are trafficking fentanyl. They got more time than most. And Trump is probably going to look at this as like, oh, I know what it feels like to be railroaded. And I'm putting politics aside. If you believe he was railroaded or not, that's the way Trump's going to look at it. Trump's going to look at it as like, I know what it feels like to have people coming after you because they don't like you. So I really thought he was going to see their side, and he was going to. I'm actually thought he would let him out sooner. I really thought right after Trump got into office, it would just be like a couple of weeks, and he would have been pardoned. But I mean, that's fine. I'm very happy. I did see that, Marlena, that Caitlin got catfished. That was something that I've kind of went back and forth over if I want to talk about that or not. But let's go ahead. Let's get into today's topic, Ashley Siren. And one thing I can tell you guys about Ashley Siren is when she goes off on somebody, she goes off on them. whether it be Bar because they're broke up, whether it be her mama when she said, you can kiss the crack of my, or what she say? You can kiss the brown on my butthole and you got to search for it because my butthole is bleached. Like Ashley goes in on people when she has something to say. Yeah, that's why I don't want to bring up like, I know everybody has their ideas on politics and Trump, and that's why I really don't want to bring it up. But if you just want to, I just looked at it as that way. Like, I'm sure that's, the Trump, the way that he thinks of it is like, well, I've been railroaded. So I think he probably sympathized with them. So this was last night. Let me set it up for you guys. I'll set the stage. Trigger warning, get your earphones because she will be cussing. I actually forgot to remove the bad words, so I do apologize. Normally I will do that. Normally I'll take out the bad words, but I forgot to do so. So please get your AirPods or your headset so your little kids don't hear all the bad language that she's about to spew out of her mouth. But here's what happened. Essentially, she's already watched the episode where Leah sent Amber the message and how Amber reacted. So last night, she watched the episode where Amber showed up at Leah's birthday party late, showing Leah the picture of Gary, and then how when Leah did not respond the way that Amber wanted her to, how she went off on Leah, called her a DICK. So this is, she's feeling the way we all felt when we saw this. She's literally flabbergasted that Amber reacted that way at Leah's dinner. It made her mad, like it did so many of us. And there were people that came into Ashley's live and they're like, why are you talking about this? You got drama of your own. You got problems of your own. Like you and Bar, blah, 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 blah. Didn't you threaten to spit on somebody? Blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I can comment on this just the same way y'all can. Just because I'm on the show doesn't mean I can't talk about this. The same way when one of the episodes air and I do something crazy, y'all can post about it on your social media or y'all can make TikToks about it. I can do the same thing. She's like, I'm just like y'all. She's like, so I can do the same thing. Just because I'm on the show doesn't mean I can't respond to this type of stuff. So I agree. I think Ashley has every right to comment on the show and on the other people on the show, just like we all do. So adult language ahead. Grab your earphones. Let's get into it. B, let me know if y'all can hear.
I got something to say. Sorry, I'm trying to read these comments.
Right. I'm like out last night. I stayed up till like almost 4:00 in the morning because I'm like, when is Amber? Is she up? Is she going to see it? Is she going to respond? I need we need Amber's. You guys know she's going to crash out, but let's listen.
Yeah, I got something to say about that. So, do you recall the one episode where Amber arrived late to Leah's birthday party, and then when she did arrive, she wanted to flaunt this whole thank you guys for the gifts, thank you guys for the gifts. She wanted to flaunt this whole baldy looking guy. Like he looked like he was extraterrestrial. Ooh. And I don't give a fuck if this is like passed around. Like at this point, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want. So yeah, you remember that extraterrestrial guy she was running all around her with, getting married to on the motherfucking carpet in the Airbnb? I don't know what the fuck that was about, okay? And she was so happy. Like her mental was clear. Yep. She was doing everything she needed to do. She was feeling so good. She was feeling so great. And then the nigga left her in the motherfucking Himalayan mountains, and then they found him somewhere at like CVS, girl, in the skincare aisle. I don't know the real details, but like in the skincare aisle. Whole time he ran away from her. Whole time FBI thinks he been. Whole time he ran away.
He jetted
from the Himalayan mountains, bitch. Do you know how high the motherfucking Himalayan mountains are? I'm being dramatic, but like literally. So then she's all around talking about some, oh my God, I can't eat, I can't sleep, I'm constipated, I can't get up, blah, 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 blah. That killed me because
I should have turned these off.
Hey everyone.
Sorry, guys.
I'm excited.
She only knew him for a little bit of time.
True story.
Girls, we can't crash out.
Isn't it crazy that Amber Portwood was more upset over losing her fiance that she only knew for 7 months, but she doesn't get that upset when she can go 7 months without talking to her daughter and it doesn't bother her at all. But if she meets a man, knows him for 7 months, gets engaged, and he disappears, she can't function.
Over men that we barely know, that we decide to elope with or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to be smarter than that. Okay. So that was the first thing. Like, she was all over the floor like a motherfucking colic baby, crying all night over this fucking baldy.
Colic baby.
But prior to that, she went to her daughter's birthday party. And thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you for the gifts. And we're talking about Amber because I'm pissed off by that episode I just watched. Yeah, she gets to the birthday party. She's shoving this fucking Hinge profile of this man all in her daughter's face, talking about, you know, oh my God, this is my new man. And you can clearly tell that Leah is like, babes, not the time, not the place. Also, this is man number what? Like, are you joking? Not fucking impressed. So that was a trigger for me because it was like, bitch, you show up to the party empty-handed late, and now you want to talk about this man. That's weird. Fast forward to this episode where Leah is visibly shaking, visibly, you know, stressed about the fact that she's got to send her mom this text message that is like very, very emotional. You know what I'm saying? That's a big thing. Thank you for the gift. That is a really, really big thing for a 16-year-old to decide to do. Heavy on the fact that she has been separated from Amber. So, of course, she feels differently. She sends the text, and Amber's first response is, why is Leah texting me?
Right.
Because she's your daughter. Thank you for the gifts. She's your daughter.
I mean, I think every mother watching that, when they saw Amber say, why is Leah texting me? I think it really hit all of us at that point. Like, wow, she really has no relationship with Leah. If when Leah messages her, she says, why is Leah messaging me?
That's why she's texting you. Saying why she's texting you is like me being like, why is Holly calling me? Because she's my kid. It doesn't matter why she's calling me. I'm always going to answer. Thank you for the gifts, guys. So she was shocked by the text, which means you don't usually get a text.
Right.
The text said something along the lines of, I've decided that, you know, it's my decision. Thank you guys for the gift so much. It's my decision not to deal with you. Won't. Boom. Sweet old Gary is like, he doesn't even want to push her to do it because obviously as a parent, trashing the other parent only comes back on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to know that kids will see things for what they are despite what you say. So saying nothing about Amber is actually the best thing he could do because it gives Leah the true opportunity to decide without other people trying to get in her ear about her mother. So, anyways, this bitch gets the text and she starts going bad. Like, yelling at the TV. Yelling at the cameras. No, I don't have to move on. I'm talking about what the fuck I came on here to talk about. If you don't like it, you can scroll on.
I hate when people jump on your stuff and tell you to move on. Like, what? Why don't you apply that to yourself? How about you move on? Don't come on somebody else's stuff and tell them to move on. You can move on. I hate when people do that.
To the next live. I'll change topics when I'm ready.
Preach.
Anyways.
Sister. Yes.
She gets on the camera and she's like, you're so real. You're so this. First of all, I've never seen Leah be rude in my life.
Same.
Leah is a sweet little girl She's 16. She's growing up beautifully, despite the fact that she is facing abandonment issues from her own fucking mother, who, by the way, isn't all the way across the country, isn't in jail, is literally in the vicinity, and still does not make the effort. I have to say, and I know people are going to bring this up and be like, Ashley said she was never speaking on to Amber again. Ashley said, I did say that. I'm reneging. I'm reneging because that shit was fucking disgusting. And
I so apologize about the language, you guys. It was late last night. I'm so sorry about the language.
If I have to sit and watch another fucking scene of you berating your daughter, demeaning your daughter, cussing your daughter out, calling her names, I'm going to send the Holy Ghost to slap the fuck out of somebody. And I don't mean that as a threat, because the Lord moves when he wants.
Yes.
But that was extremely traumatizing to fucking watch.
I'm so sorry for the language.
And at first I was like, okay, I know why Amber's on the show. Amber's on the show because not every mom turns out to be a good mom. Some moms are actually bad deadbeat moms. Yeah. And so her story is a cautionary tale of what happens when you do not prioritize your kid. When you when you let so much time go by and the distance between you and your kid grows so fast that you can't reconnect, because Leah is at an age now to where she's driving, she's getting ready to go to college, she's doing her things. You know, she might at this point be past the longing of her mother. And I'm not saying that she doesn't ever need her mother. I'm never saying that. But I'm just saying I grew up with a drug addicted dad who is currently still on crack. And he calls me every once in a while and he's like, I love you. You're my only kid. Can we rekindle? And my answer is no, because you're the same person. You're still inconsistent. You're still, saying you're going to do this one thing and you still do another. So I understand what it's like to be Leah, and I am a couple years ahead of her and Amber. Okay, so God forbid you ever call your child and your child is so done with you that you're talking like strangers. Oh, how are you? Where do you live now? That's how me and my biological dad talk. It's like he does not fucking know me at all. And I have no desire, because of the pain and because of the trauma and because of him still being in the state of no accountability, to even open the door to reconnect with him. So I see it happening because I've been through it. I'm still fucking going through it. My dad literally just called me like a week and a half ago saying the same fucking shit. And my same answer is no, because you have not changed. You're not off drugs. You're not clean. You're not prioritizing yourself. And I'm so sure that hurts my dad, but that is not my plight. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, Amber needs to be grateful for the fact that not only is Christina gracious and kind and smart and just a good spirit, treating Leah like Leah came out of her stomach. Thank you for the gifts, guys.
Praise God for her,
And be thankful that somebody cared enough to step in and raise your daughter. Because if you're not, essentially what you're saying is, I would rather my daughter have no one to take the fuck care of her.
That's the way that I feel. I'm like, would Amber rather Leah not have anybody? Not have a mother figure in her life? She should be grateful that she has Christina. But she's not. She's not. She's so selfish that she's not. These daggum. Sorry, guys. I mean, Ashley spoke straight truth. I mean,
right? Essentially what you're saying is, don't take care of my daughter, leave her in the wind, give her no fucking love. That's essentially what you're saying by not appreciating the way that Christina has stepped in. Like I said, I know Amber can't come for me because I'm a mother. I'm a real mother. And I would never argue with a bitch that does not raise her own kids. And y'all can screenshot that and send that to China.
She says send it to
So
China.
she might want to keep it on mute because what I'm saying is 100% facts. Okay, I take care of my daughter. It wouldn't be no dude up in this house laid up that I'm crying over, can't sleep over. Thank you for the gift. Guess what? If my baby wants you gone, you're gone. If she don't like your vibe, you're gone. It doesn't take one little whisper for me to put you the fuck up out of my house over my kid. So the fact that you sat on that couch for 16 plus years and you're still seeing a pediatric psychiatrist, what the fuck is really
She said you sat on that couch for 16 years.
going on?
What is going on? Yeah.
The brain develops differently when you're not a child.
Facts.
It's pissing me off. And it's pissing me off even more to sit and watch it. To sit and watch it as if it's normal. It's thank you guys for the gifts. It's not normal. It's not normal to talk to your child and treat your child in those types of ways. I'm talking about Amber fucking Portwood because I have had it with her. I have had it with her funky ass couch. I have had it with those creepy ass ventriloquist dolls on her funky ass couch. And I have had it with
that
her.
Gets me every time. I've heard that 5 times and it still tickles me. She said, I am tired of her funky couch.
Consistent therapeutic sessions where she's not getting a fucking tool to be a better person. I'm sick of it. I am sick of it because you got moms out here that are doing their every little bit of thing to show up for their kid. You make money off of just telling your story and you can't go find an adult psychiatrist? Who the fuck around you is telling you that what you're doing is not working?
Somebody should.
It's not working, Amber. And I'm here to tell you, Amber, that if you want any chance of getting back with your daughter, you are running out of time. If you already don't have any more time, you're running out of time. Okay? You're running out of time. Get off whatever drug is making your pupils as big as the fucking globe. Get into some place, maybe an in-person place, maybe a fucking doctor that actually treats adults. Do a brain study. I don't fucking know. But get the fuck off of this internet trolling your 16-year-old daughter.
Oh my goodness.
Get off of this internet trolling your 16-year-old daughter. Bitch, you went live on Christmas? Are you well? Santa is flying around, dropping down presents, and you're on live on Christmas? Did you even call your daughter to see if she opened up the presents that you didn't send?
She said Santa's flying around.
I know a lot of y'all gonna say you're messy, you're rude, you're this. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all talk about me when y'all see me on the show, and I'm talking about her because I see her on the show. Everybody's up to be talked about because we put our lives on here. Okay? No one is exempt. And this is disheartening. And I'm not even just coming from a place of anger to Amber. I'm coming from a place of hurt for Leah.
Mods, grab that comment.
Because she's in school. She has friends. People undoubtedly know who she is, who her mother is. And to see that shit, and she's
Go ahead and block that person because we're gonna make sure we try to keep that out.
In a high school, this is the peak of her life.
Right, yep.
She ain't pregnant at 16 like some other fucking people we know. She's going for her dreams. And every turn she makes, here the fuck you are, making a fucking live at 4 a.m., high as fuck, saying the same bullshit we've watched for 16 years. It's disgusting. I'm disgusted by Amber. I don't give a fuck what anybody else to say. If no one else was going to say it, I'm here to say it because guess what? You're not whooping my ass. And she's got to go. It's to the point to where I feel traumatized seeing a child.
You know what? Thank you so much, J Kiddo, for that. Thank you so much for the sticker. You know what? I think that's why it probably upsets some people more than others, is maybe it is a trigger for not just, I think it is a trigger for people that grew up with like an absent parent to see Leah be so mature and to see Amber react that way and respond that way. I'm like looking back and I'm like, dude, I think it triggered me. I think that's why I got so mad about it. Or maybe, anybody just with some compassion, sense, morals, it would upset anybody, I would assume. But maybe those that they lived a life similar to this, so they could kind of understand where Leah's coming from. It maybe triggers them as well.
Be treated that way at her birthday party. Imagine the anxiety Leah gets when she has to text her mom or see her mom or her mom calls or anything. Could you just feel that in your chest as a 16-year-old?
Ooh.
It's sick.
It is.
It's sick. And then to get online, to get on TikTok, and to say all these crazy motherfucking things as if she doesn't have friends, as if she's, people don't know who she is, as if things just aren't public. I mean, Amber, if you see this video, I'm telling you right now, you're a shitty ass mom. And the only way that's going to change is if you just stop being a shitty person.
Exactly. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ruth, for the super sticker. We are aware that the Chrisleys have been pardoned. I'm going to try to do a live after this if I have time. They got pardoned literally like 3 minutes, or the news broke like 3 minutes before this live. So we talked about it when we went live, but I want to go ahead and get this one. But thank you to everybody coming in and letting me know. Thank you so much.
You have to look at yourself in the mirror and decide that your daughter is the most important thing on this earth. And when
you do that, this makes so much sense. This is absolutely no, Morgan. Thank you. I appreciate you coming in and letting me know. Even if I already know, I still appreciate you guys coming in and letting me know just to make sure I do know. But that's the thing, is when parents realize and they put their kid first, that's when that's when you become a better parent. That's when you no longer have problems, even with the other parent, because you are putting your child first and no longer yourself, your selfishness,
Once you decide that, your mindset will shift.
Absolutely.
But I'm sick of this coddling.
Oh, yes.
Okay, there's a lot of the other girls on the show who have overcome drug addictions, who has overcome so many things, who are wonderful, beautiful mothers doing the best with what they can. But Amber, bitch, you, I hope Rena Center comes and takes that couch. So all you can do is stand and think about ways to move your body closer to your goal, which is your child.
She said Rena
From idea to submission, empower.
She said, that's hilarious. I hope Rena Center comes and takes that couch.
So That's really all I had to say. And I know this is probably going to be everywhere in the morning, but
Sorry, Ashley.
Who's going to check me? I'm saying facts, and I'm really not trying to be mean. I'm coming from the place of a little girl who just wants something to do with her father because he's just like Amber. And it causes problems even now. I will be 30 in 2 years, and I still am learning how to love, and I'm still learning how to accept love. And it all comes from my father abandoning me. And we all heard,
hey, you don't know what a rent-a-center is? Listen, us people that grew up kind of broke, we know what a rent-a-center is. So here in the States, they have a rent-a-center, where it's this big building that they have everything. They have computers, they have couches, they have microwaves, they have sofas, love seats, recliners, almost anything. And it's for, bad credit, no credit, whatever. And you pay on it like weekly. It's if you don't have the credit to get your own furniture, you can go to these places, pick out your furniture, and they deliver it to your house and you pay monthly. But if you don't pay, they come get it. Like they will come repo your couch, your TV, your bed. Like they will come get it back if you don't pay it. I didn't know places didn't have a rent-a-center. So yeah, you rent them. You rent to own. And they will finance to anyone. Exactly. So those that grew up, a little broke, we know what the rent-a-centers are. Oh, that's so funny though.
Leah say, I don't want to struggle with abandonment issues anymore. And the fact of the matter is, unfortunately, she will struggle with that her whole life. God forbid, I'm not wishing it on her. But it is going to take a lot of freaking work to get over that abandonment issue. And yes, Christina is there, and as lovely and as wonderful that she is, she will never replace Amber. And that is just a fact.
Yep.
So, I don't know. That's what I had to say. Hate me in the morning, hate me at night, hate me now. But I'm tired of that bitch. And I'm tired of the disrespect. Sorry, let me not say the B word. Because if Leah ever sees this, I want her to truly understand that I'm not trying to trash your parents. You should always love your parents. And I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm coming from a place of honestly hurt and concern from you. And I know that I don't know Leah, but just watching her since birth, I feel like I want to go and put my arms around her and take her and be like, you're loved, you're popping, you're lit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay. Hold on, guys. Savannah went live again. Hold on. I think she's off. Hold on. I'm telling y'all, sometimes I be recording I got Shine recording. I'm recording on my phone. I'll be recording on the computer. Like sometimes I'm recording everywhere, trying to make sure I get all this content for y'all. And for me too, because I like going over it. But Ashley didn't tell no lies. And I think just because Ashley has her own craziness going on in her life, don't we all? Somebody in my chat said, is she going to tell her husband the same thing? And well, they're divorced. They did get a divorce. She left him, and so we've seen Ashley tell Bar some stuff, and I'm sure Ashley's not the one to hold her tongue really for too many anybody. So she said what everybody has been wanting to say. And listen, we all got stuff going on in our life. Nobody got a perfect life. Like we all may argue with our husband. Our kids may not be perfect, but we still get on here. We still go on the internet and we still comment about these people's lives that we watch. So I feel like Amber can as well. Amber can say whatever she wants. I mean, Ashley can as well. Ashley can get on here and she can comment on Amber's life. I'm here for it. And she didn't say anything wrong. Ashley has always told Bar to go to school and do something with himself, but he never did. Exactly. So she didn't tell no lies. Now, a lot of people thought that she was coming after Amber's mental health. She apparently she got a lot of comments saying like, how dare you attack her mental health? So she did talk about that. She did a TikTok after that where she said this.
Some of you take things out of context. Let me make this video and then I'm literally hitting the hay. I know I did a TikTok earlier where I talked about Amber Portwood, and some of you take things out of context. What I said was, if you are well into your 30s and you're still seeing the same pediatric psychiatrist who's been seeing you for years and it's not working for you, you need to find other avenues. I say this all the time. The best advocate for yourself is yourself. Okay? If you don't feel like it's working and you want something to work, you need to find another avenue. It's all about pivoting in life. Okay, so I wasn't coming at her for mental health. Mental health is very real, but it becomes an excuse when your mental health is only okay when you have a man. It becomes an excuse when your mental health only comes into play as it pertains to showing up for your child. So yes, I'm a strong advocate for mental health. I believe in mental health. I have worked in mental health psych wards. I don't believe Amber. I believe she uses it as a crutch to not exercise her full potential, or to half-ass and be like, oh, I have a mental health issue. She's been in therapy for all these years and we've seen no changes. So I know change is not linear, but 16 years, I should see some growth. And you getting on live on Christmas morning, ruining Christmas for your daughter, antagonizing your daughter, gives me, you need different meds. I don't care how you feel about it.
So, and that makes a lot of sense. I mean, like, you've been going through the same, she's not attacking mental health. She's just saying something's not working. Clearly. Or it seems like you're fine when you got a man. You're happy when you got a man. But the second that you don't have a man, then you're spiraling again. You know, something's obviously not going correctly. So I'm here for, she's like, you guys can record this, spread it, take it to China, whatever. She's like, I'm sure people will. And I'm like, sorry, Ashley, but I think 90% of us love that she said all this. We agree with her. So I'm like, go ahead, use both facts. Where, as far as I'm concerned, somebody been needing to tell her this, and if it's got to be you, whatever. And like Ashley said, what's Amber gonna do? You know, because I do feel like there's some of those girls on Team Mom that Amber would bully and like run her mouth to, and she might have run her mouth. She might have run her mouth to Ashley, but I don't think in real life she would really run her mouth to Ashley. I think in real life she would not run her mouth to Ashley. So yeah, I love this for Ashley. I love that because yeah, she got on there after watching the episode that got all of us upset, you know, and she said how she felt, and I agree. And she's in the medical field, so like she said, she has worked in mental health in the psych ward, so she has seen it. She's not trying to attack anybody for that specifically. She's just basically saying, you're obviously not making any progress. So do something different. Why would a pediatric psychiatrist be seeing an adult? That is the question. I don't know, because we don't know, but that's who Amber goes to. Amber sees a pediatric psychiatrist, and she always has. So I don't know. I have no idea. But anyways, you guys, we're going to go ahead and close this one out. I'm going to schedule really quickly to, I did see there's already reports coming out. Savannah did another live. Sean got a bit of it. I saw that she was live again, so I called him to make sure he was still watching. And he saw that she went live, put the phone on record, set it down, and walked off. So when I called him, it kicked him off. So anyways, if anybody's got the recording of Savannah announcing that her parents got pardoned, please email it to me. I'll see how much I got, but I'll look for it and we'll try to come back. I got the live in 2 hours with Mackenzie. 2 hours we're going to have Mackenzie on. And so we're going to try to get this one done in between those. So I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and join me back here to talk about the Chrisleys, who were just pardoned by President Trump. President Trump part of the Chrisleys today. On Savannah's live, when I put it up while I go to record, I did hear her saying, I got to go get changed so I can go get my parents. So it looks like they are coming home today. I'm so happy. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Join me back here. I'm going to try to get it up in like 15, 20 minutes. Bye, guys.